Do you fear the malevolent gaze? That someone can bring you misfortune simply by looking at you?
I'm not asking if you have scopophobia. What I'm really saying is, do you believe in the evil eye?
It has different names in different languages, but humans across various cultures have always believed in and feared the malevolent gaze, or that someone's envy could bring harm to another's good fortune.
But the evil eye is more than just a trinket. There's the evil eye charm, which can be found on jewellery, and then there's the belief in the evil eye curse, which is said to be transmitted through someone's malicious or envious glare. And how they're connected is that some people believe the evil eye charm can help dispel or ward off the evil eye curse. In some cultures, it's even believed that certain eye colours are more effective in casting an evil eye spell than others.
Here's what a Byzantine writer believed to have lived in the 3rd or 4th century said about the eye of envy.
When anyone looks at what is excellent with an envious eye, he fills the surrounding atmosphere with a pernicious quality and transmits his own envenomed exhalations into whatever is nearest to him.
But it's believed the envious eye can sometimes be unintentional and doesn't always mean the beholder of the evil eye is necessarily evil themselves.
And while many trace this old belief back to ancient Greece, the earliest version of the eye amulet goes back to 3300 BC, according to some Turkish art historians, and it has evolved in shape and form throughout the millennia. The blue evil eye trinket was used by the Phoenicians, Assyrians, Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, and most famously the Ottomans. But through the expansion of empires, the beads made their way into various regions of the world. And they're still very much part of the culture and traditions of millions of people in our world today.
And while the evil eye is often associated with pagan connotations, there are references of it in several holy books and scriptures.
But the methods of protection from the evil eye can vary.
Muslims, for example, recite certain prayers and verses from the Quran for protection from such curses.
And it's customary to say,
MashaAllah,
or God has willed it when admiring a person or object. You know, to avoid unintentionally cursing them. Some Greek people say this.
Φτούσου να μη σε ματιάσω.
MashaAllah, nazar na lage.
Is what you might hear in Pakistan.
And of course, there are also many practices across various cultures and religions that involve removing the evil eye from a person. You're probably like, dude, isn't all this just some crazy superstition? While you're definitely not alone, some people actually swear by the evil eye's veracity and have their own explanations for it.
Rabbi Abraham Isaac Kook says the evil eye is an example of how one soul may affect another through unseen connections between them, as we're all influenced by our environment. Greek philosopher Plutarch even suggested a scientific explanation. The human eye had the power of releasing invisible energy rays that could potentially kill children and even small animals.
And there are countless stories upon stories of how a jealous auntie ruined someone's favourite blouse, or how someone's engagement ring split into two after getting compliments all day, or even how one man stared at a crow and the animal dropped dead from the sky. One thing is for certain, everyone has a Nazar story, but believing in the evil eye and its curse is entirely your call. After all, the all-wise Gigi Hadid does say the evil eye is essentially about protecting oneself from bad energy. And I think we can all agree that none of us want that kind of bad energy in our lives. Unless you're the Lord of Calamity, of course.